What's good YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul and welcome to another video. Today we're going to go ahead and put together a beat from scratch, so let's get straight to it. We're going to get a little bit of help from sounds and samples from Loopcloud and Loopcloud plugins. Loopcloud is a sample library. You can help organize your own sample library and all those sounds will be up in the cloud so that you can access it from any computer that you have Loopcloud installed. Not only is this a sample library app, but it's also a 8-track mini DAW, if you like, or as I like to call it. You can sort of drag samples and loops into each track, and on each track you can add in individual effects on the sounds. And I'll show you how we use that as we go along in this beat. But let's go ahead back to Logic and let's just go ahead and link up Loopcloud so that we have that synced up. We're going to speed up our tempo a little bit here to 141 beats per minute. And for our first instrument, we are just going to bring in Loopcloud over here. And that is going to link up our session over here, as you can see, connected to Apple Logic. I can make the window bigger like that. And the tempo will match to 141 beats per minute. So whatever sample that I pull up here, it's going to be stretched to 141 beats per minute and will always be time, and we can preview them in real time, which is really, really cool. Let's go back to the Logic session over here, create another software instrument track, and we are going to bring in Loopcloud Play. And this is a plugin, part of Loopcloud. It's sort of like a sound synth sort of hybrid. And we're going to go ahead and pull in a preset here and start off the beat with a sound. So today I'm kind of in the mood for like a more mellow type of beat, maybe like a Pierre Bourne type beat. And I've been playing around with some of the presets here, and this one sort of caught my attention and felt like a Pierre Bourne sound. It's a Carl Cox Dream Pad. So let's go ahead and just close this up and draw in the pattern. Let's give ourselves a 4-bar loop. And we're not going to do anything too crazy. Let's go ahead and draw in the notes. We'll keep this one nice and simple. So let's go to here. So as you kind of get that Pierre Bourne vibe, and as I heard it, it kind of sparked my inspiration. To put together a Pierre Bourne type beat, but the only thing I'm going to do is take out some of the lows here and just get it a little bit more, focused on the higher end. Just going to lower that down a bit. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate this track. And we're going to go ahead and bring in another sound here to layer up that pad sound. And that sample or preset is going to be, it's right over here, the CFAD Simple Synth. And we're just going to layer it on top of this here. It's sort of like a pluck sound, this one. So let's go ahead and just push this up 1 octave. Not really a pluck, sort of like a soft bell. Maybe that's a better description. Not so plucky. And we're just going to bring this down to just like a quick hit there, just to layer up that top sound. Adds another dimension. All right, now we're going to go ahead and create another software instrument track, and we're going to bring in another Loopcloud plugin called Loopcloud Drum, and it is like a 16-pad drum sort of audio unit or plugin, if you will. Go ahead and bring the preset, or at least the a drum kit that is more of like a trap sound drum kit, Evil Needle trap drums, and they sound like this. So very nice sounds. Got sort of different kits that will match different styles. You can also make your own user kits as well. Let's go ahead and close that up, and we're just going to go ahead and use the sound effects from this kit, and then we're going to go over to Loopcloud and just bring in some loops to fill out this beat. So I'm going to go ahead and just find that. I'm going to turn off the patterns because we can draw in a step pattern here, but we're not going to use that for this case. We're just going to go ahead and find where that sound is. Some nice sounds there. I just want this sound here. Kind of gets that Pierre Bourne vibe. Kind of spaced out. Let's go and just duplicate this over 8 bars and just have this sound hit at 8 bars. All right, now let's go back to our Loopcloud and let's find ourselves a clap. So I'm going to go ahead and search clap. And if we wanted to, we could bring in loops. We can search loops. You can also search your own library if you like, but I'm going to just take that out for now and just use what's in the sample library of Loopcloud. And we're going to go to genre. Let's select, we can do hip hop. Let's do trap and see what clap loops come up. And because we are synced, you can see that our tempo is 141 beats per minute here. And our BPM over here is 141 beats per minute. So when I hit play in Logic, we can go ahead and preview that sample live. If I stop, it's going to stop that in Loopcloud as well. So it's really cool that you can sort of preview samples live while you are arranged with your other stuff over here. It kind of takes your sort of search for sampling to the next level because you can kind of play it live with your arrangement. So this clap sounds pretty good as is. So let's go ahead and download this. It's going to be 2 credits for this file. And as I said, there are some free sounds a part of Loopcloud, and then there's also some additional sounds where you can pay monthly for credits, which you can use to purchase sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this file, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to drag the sample in, literally drag it into your DAW. So if I wanted to, let's go ahead and just listen back to the sound. So there's already nice and lots of reverb on it. If I want to add more, we can go ahead and add in an effect here, like delay, filter, reverb, final stop. Some cool effects here that you can add in. Just going to show you what they look like. Here's like a vocal verb. Now, of course, there's already a lot of reverb on this, so we don't need it. But just so you know, you can add in effects and then drag in the process effect over to your DAW with that verb printed. But in this case, I don't want to print any of the effects. Just want to show you that that's an option. And we're going to download this file. And then we're going to go ahead and just drag, literally just drag from this right here into our DAW. And it automatically tempo maps it to our session. And you can see it's locked up to 141 beats per minute, even though the sample itself was 152 beats per minute right over here. So really cool how it just sort of shrinks it to your DAW and matches it for you very easily. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and lower that up. All right, so now that we got that sound in over there, let's go ahead and bring in a hi-hat. Let's go ahead and just, let's go back to home. Just clear all that search bar out. And let's go hi-hat. And once again, I'm going to look for a loop. I'm going to go loop. And then I'm going to go to genre. And I'm going to go to trap once again, because that's the type of beat we're making. And let it do its thing. Let it search up. And I'm just going to go ahead and play on my Logic session. And let's play through some hats. All right, so that one could work right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy this credit. So 2 credits for this one over here. Let's go ahead and buy that. I'm going to go ahead and download the sample. And anything that I download will be up in the cloud. So any computer or studio that I have Loopcloud logged into, I can go ahead and get this sample already bought on those computers. Everything's in the cloud. So let's go ahead and drag this sample in. And it's going to shrink this to, or sorry, extend it to 141 beats per minute, even though the original one is 140 beats per minute. And this is what it sounds like. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this down in volume. I may take a little bit of the bottom end out. Make a little bit more high end. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and add in some delay just to make this a little bit wider. We're going to go to sample delay, and we're going to delay one channel. Make it a little bit wider. All right, next I think we need like an 808 pattern or an open hat. Maybe we'll go for an 808 first. Let's go ahead and search in. Let's go back to home, or we can just do this, clear it all out. Let's go 808. And then we're going to go ahead and go to, we're going to bring in a key this time. We're going to go bring it to an A minor, because that's what our key that we set in place here. And then we're going to go ahead to genre, and we're going to go to trap, and let's see what comes up. We got really specific for what we're looking for, but it looks like we got some options here. So let's go ahead and play in on this bass over here and play in our session. All right, so that's an option. Let's see how this one sounds like. All right, so let's go ahead and buy this file for 2 credits. And let's go ahead and download it. So that's available on all our computers, all in the cloud. And then we're going to go ahead and drag the sample in just like this. And once again, it auto maps it to your tempo. Just like to repeat it because it's so cool, especially in Logic where we don't have that feature. But here we go. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and just put in a quick limiter here so that we're not distorting like crazy. Bring that down a bit. All right, now let's go ahead and bring in a kick. Maybe we'll bring a kick from our drum kit here. Let's see what kick we got here. All right, let's just go ahead and use the first kick over there. So the kick that we'll be using is this one right over there. Make this louder. This kick has some bass to it. Just gonna go ahead and cut that out. Just so it doesn't interrupt with our other bass. All right, let's just keep that pattern. We'll duplicate that over. Make sure this is just like the bass part. Okay, I'm not feeling this kick too much. Maybe we'll just switch it up. Let's see what other sounds we got here, or other drum kits. So let's go ahead to another kit that I like to use for the past week was the Marabou State. Okay, so maybe that kick is a little bit better. We can use that one. All right, let's go ahead and use that one for the tutorial's sake, and let's add in an open hat here. It's right over here. All right, so that's our foundation to the beat right there. Let's go back to Loopcloud and maybe let's go ahead and bring in, I don't know, like a melody. Let's see like a vocal lead if we can find something. We'll go vocal. We'll go to A minor or A, but we can always pitch shift it, but it's okay. Let's just put in our key. This makes things easy for this tutorial, and we'll go to trap and let's do hip hop as well. Maybe some stuff will come up, and let's see what we got here. Let's hit play. That one is kind of cool. Let's go ahead and add in an effect here. Let's go to filter and we're going to go to darker and let's see how that sounds. I'll bring that up a little bit. All right, that sounds cool, kind of like that. Maybe we can go ahead and on the sample, go ahead and reverse this. I'm not going to change the key because we're already in A minor. So let's go ahead over here and we're going to go ahead and reverse this sample. And let's see how it sounds like. We can bring our loop feature over here. All right, so let's just go back to its original sample. We won't reverse it, but we will leave that effect right on it. So let's go ahead and buy the file, which we're lucky here. It's a free one. It comes with Loopcloud. We're gonna go ahead and download that. Well, actually we'll download all. And we're gonna go ahead and drag this time the processed one because we filtered that out here and we don't need to do that in Logic. So let's go ahead and drag in that process filter and it automatically mapped it out to our loop points as well. So if we go back to Loopcloud, our loop points was only 4 bars and that's what it dragged in. Really makes things a lot easier once you get used to it. And here's our beat right here. Maybe we can go ahead and add in another hit here. Maybe we can layer up our clap. See how that clap sounds layered up. Alright, so that sounds cool. And then let's go ahead and add in, maybe we can add in another quick effect here. Fill out the beat a little bit more. Let's see what other sounds we got on this kit here. All right, let's go ahead and just draw in a hat pattern right here, an easy hat pattern. Let's do it on the ones like that. Maybe we can use the other hat as well. Let's go ahead and do this. So if we go ahead and just let's quickly arrange this right here. Let's start off with that right over there, and then we'll go into our vocal, which is that stuff. We'll bring in our clap, take all this stuff out, and then let's go ahead and bring in our clap. Sorry, this clap over here. We'll bring in the hats, our 808s, and then we'll go into our drop point here, but we will remove the vocals, push that over, and just a quick arrangement here. So let's see how this turned out. Alright, so that's the beat right there. It's sort of like a Pierre Bourne meets sort of like a house type of beat. Kind of went a little bit more eclectic than I originally thought. So I'm going to place a link in the description box below this video if you want to check out Loopcloud and the plugins that I've showed you, Drum and Play. There's a lot of cool sounds, a lot of free stuff in there as well. So you can just click that link and learn more about it. I've been using it for the past week. It's really cool. My favorite feature about Loopcloud is that it automatically syncs to your session, and you can preview samples as your session is playing, and that's just really cool to me, and something that I've never really came across before when working with sample libraries. Really cool, and I think you should check it out, but link will be in the description box below this video. There are some free tiers that you can take a look at, see what's involved with it, but there's also some paid tiers as well. If you want to pay a little bit extra for some storage, you can sort of store all your samples in the library and access them on any computer that you use. Links will be in the description box below this video. If you do have any questions on this, you can ask me in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed this beat. Probably going to go ahead and add in a few more elements to this beat and then finish it up here just so I finished it. But that's it for me, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next one. Later. Peace.